Peekaboo. Fan made by Robert.
The world of the DevBear is a calmful one. It gets up in the morning and it goes to school. It rides the bus from and back, seeing as a bear cannot drive a car. When it gets home, it does some work and then plays games on its YouTube stream. Yes, the life of a DevBear sure is bliss. But one day the DevBear was feeling lonely. How could this happen when the bear has so many friends are beyond even me? The bear looked short and far, east and west, but he could not find anyone he wanted to talk to. When he had started losing hope, he found something called Discord. The bear was curious to what this Discord thing was, but he gave it a try. As bears usually do, he stumbles into a random server and just becomes mod. If you are wondering why that happens, don't. The bear was happy. He was talking to people and having a good time. The fun times went on for some days before he had to talk to someone about an inappropriate name. Little did the bear know that this person was about to become very important. There was a gap of 1 to 2 months where nothing special happened. The bear lived a normal life and enjoyed the calmness of its surroundings. The green, tall trees and the rugged brown and green grass. The idea came to the head about showing his beautiful surroundings to his little but dedicated following on YouTube. He filmed from the bus and he filmed walking around. He didn't film close to his house, so he would be safe from people knowing where he lived. What the DevBear did not know was that the man he had to talk to about an inappropriate name was one of his subscribers. He saw the video and he told people that he could find DevBear's home by using that video. DevBear was about to make the biggest mistake of his life. He said to the man, "No, you can't." The man left the server right then and there. A month went by, and then another month went by. Nothing from the man. The bear was confident in what he told the man, but still a little paranoia is healthy. One day, he was riding on the bus on his way home from school. He sees a man looking at him. The man has a rugged beard, like it hasn't been shaved for weeks. His hat covers up his hair, but not much else of his face. He isn't wearing sunglasses, so DevBear can see him looking straight at him. He's sitting right next to the bus door, so the bear has to walk past him to get out. The bus is slowly moving closer to DevBear's stop. The man watching the bear all the time, never looking away. Finally, his stop was here. DevBear moves towards the door. The man stands up, and as DevBear is walking off, he whispers into the bear's ear, "Can't find you, my ass." The door slams shut and the bus rolls on. DevBear could not believe that he had not only found him, but came directly to him to say so. The normal, calmful days of the bear he had enjoyed so far fell apart faster than Rome. DevBear changed that day, and he could never go back to normal. Looking over his shoulders, not trusting anyone, sitting with his eyes open, rocking back and forth on his bed like a crazy person. This was the norm for Dev. He stopped drawing, he stopped playing, he stopped being social. His world had changed based on one person. The fact that that one person could do this shook Dev and made him angry to his core. He didn't push his family away, that man did. He didn't stop playing video games, that man forced him to. He didn't stop going to school. He was forced to by that man. The only place left that he felt safe was his own home. DevBear became a shut-in, having no connections to anyone. He tried going to the police, but what could they do? Arrest random people sitting next to bus doors? He had to learn how to order in groceries and food. His bank account was going to the shitter, but he didn't care. DevBear was not going outside. The days felt like months, and the weeks felt like years. He was going as slow as the Resident Evil game he had stopped playing. But the man had not showed himself. Maybe it's over. Maybe I'm safe, the bear started thinking. But right when he thought he was safe, he found a note in his food. The note only says, "I really like that name. Why did I have to change it?" The bear lost it. He was no longer safe in his own home. He ran outside screaming like a madman, running down people on the streets, looking for the man so that he could kill him. Unfortunately for the bear, the police were better at arresting him than finding the man. The world of the DevBear is a calmful one. It gets up in the morning, it goes to school, it rides the bus from and back, seeing as a bear cannot drive a car. When it gets home, it does some work and then plays games on its YouTube stream. Yes, the life of a DevBear sure is bliss. Talking to a psychologist and sleeping in a cell is a small price to pay for his peace and quiet. He skipped down the halls and sings in the shower. He hasn't felt this good in months. He skips to the office of the psychologist that he usually talks to. She's a beautiful woman that our little bear has a crush on. He opens the door and sees the backside of a man. The man tells him that the woman is sick and he's stepping in for her. The bear cares little about this, but the voice of the man sounds familiar somehow. The man turns around. The bear can do nothing but sit there in horror. Tears rolling down his face, the man looked him in the eyes and says, "I can't do what?" Sweat, and maybe a little bit of pee. That is what the DevBear smells when he wakes up in his darkened room in the middle of the night. He looks around and tries to gather his thoughts. It was only a dream. It was only a dream. He says this a lot while laughing at the dream itself. What other can he do but just laugh it off? He gets out of his bed and walks over to the wall so he can get some light in the room. He finds the light switch and turns the room lights on. He turns around and his laughter stops. Sitting at his desk, looking at him, is the man. The man that haunted him in his dreams. The man that tortured him to insanity. How can he be real? He can't. I made him up, the bear tells himself. The man leans forward in the chair. DevBear falls back and hits the wall. The man looks him straight in the eye and says,
Peekaboo.